interesting map. We were just having a little bit of a discussion, Lucy, about Big's recent results, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the primary storylines for Big, right? It's the fact that they've been a little bit inconsistent, but you can kind of attribute a lot of that factor towards the lack of not having a consistent five, and also some of the individuals not performing when needed. Certainly not the narrative here, so it's exciting to kind of figure out and establish how well they're going to perform against NaVi.
Well, Double Dooley's in the mix, so they have 2 more pistols in hand than NaVi. So already it feels like all the advantages are with them. One of these Dooley's set up playing anti-flash at the moment. tabseN with a flashbang of his own, ready to go off the contact from NaVi. As Dooley's can swing. k1to is there as well for first contact. Everyone ready for this flashbang to come on through. It all comes down to the timing from tabseN. He's waiting for some sort of indication. Hyped, looking, waiting. k1to peering on through, looking for the contact, spots it out. No response yet from NaVi. Now, there's a bit of a timer on this play because you're committing 3 players to holding here. NaVi start to take space over to A. They've thrown out a smoke, thrown out a molly. 2 important pieces of utility on this pistol round. Oh,
trajectory of the flashbang changed. That's to the half wall. Hyped will find Big. But you're right, that's going to mean the activation for NaVi now starts to creep in towards A, but faveN and Krimbo are delivering good. It's a double up for the dual Berettas. In fact, make it a hat trick. Big, the defense holds strong, and it's yet another pistol in the series.
Ooh, yeehaw! Nice one from Krimbo. Massive triple kill. That first one through the apartments shuts the door. Beautiful stuff. Hype got his dualies activated early as well. You're absolutely right. That adjustment there. They don't spot anyone towards truck, towards cars. So they decide to go for the flashbang deeper to the right to set up that swing to half wall. That's not really the excitement. The excitement is Krimbo. Massive triple kill. Big win the pistol. NaVi don't get the bomb plant, but they do force into it. And they're going fast towards B. There's only 2 players here. That flashbang is good, but k1to's spray is better. And he jumps back up for more. Gets out the USP, and k1to gets 3. tabseN gets 1 as well, and this force buy falls flat. Simple. Nothing to be done. Hype is already there as he tries to retreat.
Yeah, excellent stuff, of course, by Krimbo, but that's all set up by tabseN. The supporting cast of flashbangs here keeps him alive and then sets him up for further successes. Look at them all dabbing at the top of Banana. Can't see a damn thing.
Yeah, dabbing is so 2016. We don't do that here, and NaVi, well, they've learnt that lesson quickly. Hey, cheese, 5 of them for NaVi. Where will they be lobbing them? Let's see. One goes down mid, Hyped is fast on down, and it's a barrage going both ways, but it's NaVi that come out worse for wear. They have been peppered, they have been damaged, but they have found a couple of kills with the pistols. And in fact, it's even here, but look at the health. There's nothing between them. They're going to fall like flies to a stiff breeze. Maybe it's tabseN's bullets that are the answer, but no, it's faveN that collects both. And again, Big, same way they did on Mirage, a 3-0 start.
Yeah, they were just running at them there. You could say that round was really highly explosive. So many being exchanged, and the damage all fell in favor towards Big. NaVi's health bars were depleting, and the bullets were the ultimate recipe for success. But here's the gun round, and here's where we saw NaVi start to establish themselves on Mirage. It's always been these quick starts to halves for Big, but once the weaponry's in, that's where NaVi start to shine.
Yeah, Hype invested into the AWP early as well. See him in towards quad, looking for any sort of fight. MPL wants to get up into the apartments, but the Flames are going to make that difficult at the moment. Jumps on through. Bit crawls up the stairs as well, like a antagonist in a Japanese horror movie. Just the default now from NaVi. A lot of space being taken towards Banana in this fight, but it's Hype that gets the first frag. MPL falls, and he flashes back in, so we can take a further aggressive stance. No response from NaVi yet.
This angle's really shallow. I don't think you expect this if you're NaVi. Simple. Hasn't even got an AK, it's just a Galil. And they haven't actually really applied any pressure towards the top of brackets despite losing the opening kill, which means that Big can just remain anchored in. heavily ingrained within the site. 30 seconds left. NaVi need to start making a move. They've got 3 players over towards B right now. So there's a heavy reliance on this AWP. Turns the flashbang and then gets overwhelmed by the Galil.
Yeah, Krimbo's already playing a defensive position, and while he needs to stay alive here, or at least find a couple swings on out, does get a kill. Takes down Bit. Simple actually helps him out there. That spam almost finds a kill. One more bullet connects onto Simple there, and they go for this retake every single day. Simple, lucky to be alive. And the difference that bullet makes means that NaVi get this round 100%.
You see how just confused he was there as well, the player cam. He's like, oh my God, like how has this spam connected onto me? But finally, that's the breakthrough that NaVi needed. They were very disciplined in how they wanted to approach that. They knew if they could just sit, remain patient, wind down the clock, there'd be a little bit of doubt creeping into Big's mind. Which way is this one heading? We should probably just remain on B. We haven't felt any further presence out towards A, and we've even elected to leave Hype there all on his lonesome.
Yeah, you got to wonder to Big in terms of keeping 3 players committed B. It's quite a kind of tough decision there because there hasn't been any contact over there. It wasn't like there was a real strong presence being shown from NaVi in towards Banana in those last 30 seconds or so, but they really did feel like that's where the hit was coming. And Inferno is often a game of flipping coins, heads or tails. Where's that stack gonna go? You gotta make the best call you can, and the mind games are a big part of the meta. That's a little bit of a sad way to start the round. Sad call of a chicken. Taken on down. F's in the chat. A little bit of plucky. Ooh, F in the chat for Krimbo and Hyped as well, as they just get removed. And again, this 3 lean towards B means that Big can't really do anything here, even though that bomb's going to take quite some time to actually get to the site.
Yeah, that's a nice little variation out of NaVi. We've seen the slow approach, waiting until the last possible moment to then execute onto the bomb site. This time, it's just the individuals wanting to swing, wanting to take contact, and it comes up good for a couple. And Inferno, well, we know what it's like. It's one of these maps where if you do lose control on one side of the map, you're never really incentivized to go for a retake until it really comes to the crunch moments of the game. The economy very brittle on the side of Big, and well, faveN gets absolutely decimated by Electronic. Ito would love to hold on. Is Nate done enough to force Simple back, and even finds good purchase onto MPL. Now tabseN can swing in unconfirmed, but suddenly somehow Simple finds Keto, and Electronic deals with tabseN. No rifles can be brought over for Big.
Yeah, not sure how Simple got away with that, but he'll take it. Maybe we'll see it here. Lovely entry. The Electronic finds this one at the exact same time Bit finds his onto Hyped. And Electronic, as we mentioned, has been such a strong performer for this team at the moment. Calling, leading from the front. Papatronic, a big presence in the server. And for Big, well, this is not a big round for them. It's a small one, a tiny round. faveN, M4 in hands, the biggest gun in the server for them. See what he can do with that one. It's important for NaVi in this situation to take this one cleanly, just so they can start to build up into this T side. And it's especially important not to fall to this single rifle purchase.
Key to play anti-flash, but the molly is just going to disrupt all of that positioning. So now a lot hinges on this boost. faveN lying in wait. Flashbang's good, but it doesn't actually dismount the boost just yet. faveN goes for it, but Simple's holding. That's phenomenal. That's 2 kills. The bomb site, the red carpet, it's been rolled out for NaVi. 5v2, the rifle, it can't be recovered, but Hype finds Perfecto at the very least.
Yeah, well, the rifle didn't get worked up, but the USP does. And yeah, you can see how much he wants it so badly, that AK. Just out of grasp. And yeah, gotta remain that way. Bit gets himself an AK, gets rid of that dastardly M4. Krimbo, be nice if he can hold on to the armor. Just gives him a little bit more into the next round. Saves him that $650. But even that might not be given to him. But maybe it will. NaVi, again, much like on Mirage, as soon as they get the rifles out, they come in swinging. 3 now in a row. And that round went exactly how they wanted it. All they lost was a single MAC-10.
It'll be interesting to see how Big are going to respond to this, because it's quite difficult on the CT side of Inferno to kind of set tempo in the mid-round unless you start taking presence. If you lock off Banana, then they can start to maybe enable more than 3 players to be over towards A. They can try and lock things in. It gets quite dangerous, and what we saw in Mirage was Big just trying to offset NaVi's tempo. And the variations, the push and pull effect was really falling into their favor. Full blind. Hype still hits the timing though. And faveN gets flashed in. But MPL just deals with both. Fair enough, lines them up, knocks them down, and even catches out the rotator tabs. And MPL has done everything to secure NaVi their 4th.
A triple from Nipple. Exactly what you want to see. Amazing from the young gun. And well, Hype's entry means nothing now. Incredible from MPL. What more can you say? That's the round done. And I love that, you know, he gets that double kill, which is obviously amazing. Trades off his teammates' death, collects that second as well, but immediately knows that that's going to be the A site a lot more vulnerable. You have to take this space when it's given to you, even though it is the 3v3 at that point. And, you know, there's a chance that you could play the numbers. Knows that if he catches up that rotation, the round's done. And that's exactly what happens.
Didn't get the fist bumps in early from Blade. He's like, yeah, let's recognize the success. Electronic, you can see he's looking down the line. He's actually just barking orders because he knows this round's already locked in. And he just wants to ensure that NaVi just keep on building back. It's good to see smiles in the camp. That's been another theme, interview that Banks kind of picked up upon as well. He goes, the vibes of NaVi have been so good at the moment. And Simple is just really happy with how the team's performing. He says, look, we've cut out a lot of these silly mistakes now, and we're here to play and we're here to perform.
That spacing's a little unfortunate for Big into the apartments. Both players really far to the left. It's always good to have one closer to the doorway, obviously, just to be able to get away. All right, well, they have kept, obviously, the AK and the AWP. We saw Hype get the entry into the previous round. Again, he goes back towards B. This time, not going for the aggressive peek. Didn't quite have a spawn for that, and while getting that kill twice in a row, a little bit tricky. Keto with the AK, gonna get flashed on through, doesn't spot anything. So where does he head on off to? Repositioning now. Gonna be making his way into the A site. That is the right read because this is an apartments pop. Flashbang out, Keto dodges it, but he's looking the wrong way. MPL blindsides him. Krimbo gets one, but bit again with a kill. faveN just slinking away, and the AWP again cannot get involved.
Yeah, NaVi have done a really good job at constantly just applying pressure towards the other bomb site where the AWP's just not located. It almost feels like not a complete waste on investment, but he hasn't really had an opportunity to fire off a bullet in the last couple of rounds. It's been a lot of heavy A prioritization for NaVi, and that's the conditioning now being laid down. The foundations have already been established, and potentially there's a chance in the next couple of rounds, Hypes will then dedicate his efforts more over towards A. He'll start getting aggressive, and that's where NaVi hit B.
Such go the mind games of Inferno. Although you're kind of tempted to continue putting pressure over towards A, given the success you're finding here consistently. We'll see what is to come out for NaVi. 5 now on the trot for NaVi. High fives around, though. Not all is doom and gloom here for Big. No elimination on the line here. The elimination games, they're all taking place on the A stream. Here, we're just looking at the placement in that playoff. Semis or quarters. That's what's on the line.
Yeah, immediately Hyped. The response is he wants to take a peek in towards the boiler. Try to see if he can get involved earlier. And, well, here we go. The prophecy has been fulfilled. NaVi now put prioritization right over towards B. Simple misdirection, but that's a fantastic shot on towards B. Smoke's now raining in defense for faveN. Oh, and NPL just disrespect them. It's acceleration from NaVi, and now tabseN needs to survive and gets flushed out by that Molotov. NaVi, it's a spring in their step. It's a sting in the tail as well, and Big. They're going to have to save once more.
Yeah, Hype gets the entry again, but can't be found in the right place. NaVi, I mean, just no hesitation there. It's beautiful. They just lose that kill. They know that their space is towards Banana, and they know they can't hesitate. They know they have to go. The AWP isn't on B, which gives you a bit more confidence going for those fights. The entries are perfect. There's no smoke to let them know the hit's coming immediately. They run straight on through. And again, it's NPL with a great headshot to open it up. tabseN can't do anything. He's trapped in the back of the site. Simple has him locked on in. So the run boost being assembled doesn't matter. Electronic is running them down. AWP doesn't even get saved across. Krimbo, a little bit sad there by himself. And it was such a nice entry from Hyped. I feel like he's been doing everything right, but just hasn't been able to be in the right place, and that's all by NaVi's design.
Yeah, this is NaVi just flexing their muscles right now. And there were some rounds on the CT side of Mirage where it felt like tabseN was in Electronic's head. This time it really feels the other way around. NaVi are dancing their way around the AWP. They are really dismantling all these setups without many contributions from Big in response, right? There's been no real multi-kills from the anchors. There's been a kill here or there, but it's never enough to get the remaining players involved in the retake. What have you seen?
Oh, I've just seen the Mac 10 from Big, right? Doesn't need
Mac
10, but he's got one. I love watching the dynamics between the coaches. Gobi is such a different coach. You know, when Gobi's standing there, he's like getting super animated, hands on out, gesturing, looking at them all. So he's just sitting there, calm, confident, giving Electronic all the information he needs. And again, it's an opener from Hyped.
Really well done. Hang on a second, though, because Bit is in this smoke, and Keto's got no idea. Is there going to be a flashbang, or is Bit just going to sit in the shadows? It's the latter, not the former, and he doubles up. Upgrades to the FAMAS, but faveN is the third element of defense on B. Smoke's now rain in response. faveN just wants to do the same. Give NaVi a taste of their own medicine. But maybe,
no.
They're definitely aware. It's a no-scope through.
What? Did Simple see anything? Was that just a random shot into the smoke? Oh, okay. Krimbo denies the bomb. This is still on. Drops the smoke forward, causing chaos. Hype was saving. He'd already given this round up, but Krimbo, he's got something to say about it. Comes through for another. Electronic now. He's the one that's forced into the clutch situation. And Krimbo's walking around this smoke. Electronic spots him out. A 1v1 now. Hyped. Electronic knows he's got the AWP, knows that he can't give up this fight, doesn't want to be out in the open. And Hyped has no idea where Electronic has got to. There are kits. They're not in his hands. He walks on through, and Electronic hits the headshot. Heroics from Krimbo give them a lifeline, but Electronic cuts it.
Yeah, that's really well played by Electronic. The reposition after finding the initial kill on towards Krimbo, knows that he's going to take a close-range engagement against the AWP, but it's been pure contact on Banana. Simple.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. That sucks, man. That really sucks to faveN. He was about to make a sick play. And again, it's Hyped, getting the opener, and Big can't capitalize. What more can he do?
Yeah.
He's finding the opening kill every round.
Look at what it's left them with as well. Relegated down onto MP9s and pistols. faveN spots a big player on the pogo stick. That's going to make NaVi just reset in towards middle. Try and take the fight on towards Hype 2. He's only got a P250 and he's actually out with utility.
Now look at NaVi though, they're taking so much space. MPL's looking for this fight onto Krimbo. He's holding the off angle, but you know MPL's going to be thorough with this, surely. Ooh, speaks around. Krimbo fires off shots. MPL's able to get away. Even the Molotov, he hears Hype running towards him, jumps around the corner, trying to draw that fire away, but can't make it happen. Hold up, the bomb's in a dangerous position here. Simple realizes they've lost control. Oh no, Keto's taking him down. Krimbo swings, suddenly it's falling apart. And a round that Big had no hope winning. Just a few pistols in it, some armor, and MP9 now looks golden, and Krimbo spotted the package. That bomb, he's yelling it out now. It's in our hands. No retake required, just need to hold the objective, and they have 30 seconds to do it with. Keto's holding for a flank, so he is disconnected from this. NaVi, time is such a concern. 20 seconds, and they still have to get the bomb and get back to a bomb site. They know it. They know they have to put pace on it. Krimbo's heard them, spotted one, and he's getting both. What a round from Big.
But that is really the downfall of NaVi. Like, how on earth do you leave the bomb in that situation there? You take full control of A, everything feels hunky-dory, and suddenly it's like, well, hang on a sec. Guys, we have left one important, crucial element to our entire plan. And they completely seize upon it. It's the aggression. And that's based off the contact that NaVi found on A. Big response in kind with a push down banana. And that just is the key to success.
Yeah, I think Simple gets a little flustered there in that moment, right? He's not ready for Big to have already taken that control. Misses his shot, and Keto hits an absolutely delightful tap onto him. So sharp with it. So Big, get that first gun round as well. You gotta remember, this is a 3-0 start. Ooh, Keto. Stuck between fire and the logs. Hype misses a shot. Gives Bit the opener. So maybe you've controlled banana, but it has cost you something over towards A. Tabson, you have to make a move over here. NaVi aren't committing just yet.
All depends on whether Perfecto actually goes hunting and goes toe-to-toe with Keto right now. Based on his jiggling, I was going to assume that he knows he's there. Chicken. Does catch out Electronic, but it's also a pre-fire for the pit. Flashbang in, and faveN tries to activate with Krimbo, but Electronic is taking names. Bit then finds the third, and Keto's position in deep B locks him out of this round. A 1 versus 4 feels pretty improbable.
Even swapping the utility. Right, you gotta plant that one. They're getting ready to hunt.
Yeah, they're off.
That's insane. They're just like already out of there. Bomb gets planted. Keto just wanting to hold on to the AK, but might not be happening for him. And talk about entries from Electronic. That was superb. Considering the setup Big had, they had a player tucked into graveyard, player on the side itself. The flash comes out. Looks like it's going to be good, but Electronic just better.
It's actually a really important hunt as well from NaVi. Recognizing that the money is a little bit disjointed in a little bit of disarray, and actually is going to force the hand of the timeout for Big. Because take a look at it. Hyped can buy, Keto can buy, but that is it, really. So do you want to compromise? Do you want to drop some Deagles over? Or do you want Keto to kind of arm you with weapons, but then you wouldn't be the best bolstered with utility? 30 seconds to think about all of it.
Yeah, it's not comfy. Not comfy at all. NaVi would double the rounds of Big. As mentioned, it's just been that one gun round that Big have won, and they won it off the back of NaVi slipping up and letting the bomb fall into the sewers of the underpass. And they have opted for the hero M4 on Keto, so playing for the next round, which means that NaVi will be in a good position to get 9. Unless we see something special from Keto. He's over towards banana early. Might cop a nade here. No, he is able to fall back and dodge that one. Perfecto is the one that takes the chip damage. He's had a slow start, but not necessarily been needed with the way these rounds have been going. And it's the boost up for Keto. Not an uncommon one. At the moment, well, NaVi are putting attention over towards A. Smoke going above the smoke here. MPL, he's going to be walking on down, and this one might come down to the timing. Has he heard a sound cue there? No, it looks like it was a silent drop, and MPL meets 2, gets 1. faveN is able to pick up the AK. It does cost him a lot of health. Bit's gotten deep. Gonna spot him on the retreat. Nice headshot. They've already found 2 players over here, and there's just 1 remaining as well, hyped with the Desert Eagle. They know it is just the pistols here. Keto with that M4 not involved. Hyped has managed to get 1 with that AK. That's a massive kill to be finding. This one is still definitely on, but Electronic puts Hype down. Hyped had found another. That was Big's pathway back in. Now you just got to save this M4.
And to be fair to Big, the fact that they get 2 kills there and it looks a lot more promising is a pretty decent result. But when you take a look at the top of the scoreline, it kind of tells a completely different story. NaVi are really starting to establish a significant round buffer over Big. And whilst they did end the half 10-5 in that first map, the difference is that was on the CT side. NaVi on the full frontal assault are really taking it to Big. And what's interesting as well is we've kind of spoken about retakes. Apart from that Krimbo kind of heroic effort where he went through the smoke and found 2 kills, I don't think Big have gone for a single retake or like a coordinated attempt at all this entire first half.
I mean, that's just Inferno, right? Like, that's just the meta of it. It's kind of... I mean, I don't want to besmirch Inferno, but it doesn't give the most exciting Counter-Strike all the time, right? Because it's really evolved into a map where the percentages just aren't there to go for the retakes.
I know Inferno can be exciting. On the A stream, it was 15-3 to heroic.
Okay, no, I'm not saying it can't be exciting. I just mean there's just a lot of saving going on, all right?
I mean, NIP have won 6 in a row. It's now 15-9.
Ooh. Sounds pretty exciting over there, and that's with elimination on the line.
It's on 16-9, just to say that. NIP have been eliminated from IEM Rio. Keto is eliminating NaVi from the top of Banana.
There we go. That's the hero moment we've been looking for. Keto, the big double. They walk into him over towards Banana. This time around, he manages to get something done. Bit's trying to work the apartments. For anything. Ooh, timing not great. Does a bit of damage, but it goes both ways. Krimbo is just gonna smoke into his face, so he can't get anything more done here. Simple comes on over, but Hype is on the angle. That flashbang does not connect, and Hype's bullet goes straight through Simple. Bomb dropped. Timing shot doesn't land onto Electronic. Onto Bit. So we're gonna group up with the bomb. A 2v5. Unlikely. Big should be getting their 5th here.
It looks like they're going to try and pincer into the bomb site. So Electronic's going to wait for the smoke fade, see if anyone's going to push. See, he's trying to cut off the rotation from Arch, but Hype has fallen all the way back towards Moto. With 25 seconds left, I feel like you pick up the AWP and you run away.
Yeah, there's no reason not to do damage here, though. You should absolutely be trying to kill as many people as you can. They've got enough to buy into the last round of the half, so go on a rampage, Bit. We know what you can do. Headshot machine. Let's see it. There's one. Tail end. faveN goes down. Minimal consequences, but I mean, it's the right play. Try and do some damage. So got everything going into the final one, but I mean, this is just Keto stepping up. Half HP, jumps on over. That flashbang is beautiful from faveN. Steps up Keto for the double. Then Hyped is able to be in the right place this time around to get that kill and the follow-up.
Yeah, nicely done. There's been a couple of instances where Hyped has missed the initial point of contact, and that allows NaVi a lot more space. This time it's just complete denial. Last round of the first half here. Will NaVi make it 10? Or will Big close that gap just to within 3 rounds of this T side? But it's looked pretty convincing so far. On the whole, has felt a lot more comfortable for NaVi than it has Big. Keto will claim the space in Banana, which gives NaVi a couple of question marks of how many players are here and when do we want to try and retake it.
Yeah, great utility from Big early just to force them control. Yeah, that Molotov thrown all the way down, which singes Perfecto. Keto gets flashed back, and that's going to actually cause Hype to rotate over. He was smoked off towards long. Repositions now, slots spaces with Tabson. And a double up in the pit. Digging deep here into the hole. NaVi are looking like they want to go to A.
Very quiet. It looks like Bit might take first contact here, out towards short, because he's so often been the presence here. Starts to activate in. Tabson, would he be blindsided by the balcony? Potentially not. Slides into Moto, but look at Bit in towards Bit. Krimbo holding, but the bullet's overwhelmed. But then it's faveN. He's a surprise element. Gets one, but then it's complete decimation by Perfecto. 2 versus 4, Hyped and Keto, and they have to go for the retake. It's the last round of the half.
If you're going to beat your teammates like that, you have to come up with the multi. faveN good for one. Hyped, good angle, takes down Simple. Lovely shot. Looking for more as well. This fire going to go behind Electronics, so he'll be safe here. He'll stay on the box, peeks on through. Hyped with another. You're going to be getting excited for this guy. He's hitting shots, but 2 more to find. Time out of control. Hyped hits the third. A 1v1 now, MPL, but Hyped delivering, and there might be just enough time for the defuse. Comes down to the wire, and Hyped does it.
An insane quad kill on the AWP. Make sure that Big have a lifeline swapping into the second half of Inferno, and they need to level up this scoreline here to try and contest for that semi-final spot. Can they do it?
Any hypers in the chat? I'll tell you what, that was an unbelievable way to end the first half of Inferno. An amazing 4K from Hyped gives Big a lifeline going into the second half.
It does, but the AWP was finding a lot of success for Big on the T side of Inferno. It's notoriously really difficult to put the sniper into useful positions, and well, that's the bit looking ahead into the future. The bit in the present has just dealt with Keto, looking for further damages, has to fall out of top B, and Big reclaim the space.
Yeah, bit forced on back. Hyped now taking point. There are 3 NaVi players on B, as we saw Big starting with. Electronic is over there with the flashbang to set up his teammates. A setup so common on the pistol side for CTs. And it might just be successful because Big are looking to come back here. They're grouping up with that bomb. Have the full execute ready. A couple of smokes, a Molotov, a flashbang of their own. Everything you need to go towards B. Bit getting on close. In fact, this flashbang's coming first. Bit falls on back. Smoke over the top. Electronics getting it to the side. Perfecto's found one as well. The flames come on over, and they're just not finding a way in here. That flashbang comes on through. Krimbo is able to take down Electronic, but look at Perfecto go!
Huge stuff from Perfecto. He's playing anti-flash in the smoke, waiting for his teammates to take contact, even dropping the utility, because Electronic still had it in his back pocket. And he's the extra element that NaVi needed, and this third shot does adjust just in time.
Tell you what, he had a very quiet T side, but what a way to announce your CT side.
That's true. 3 kills and you've got 9 rounds. That's pretty good. It's like, guys, let me in on the action. Simple. Might be looking to do just that himself with the scout. The Big starting banana. NaVi use their nades to take full control of it, and look at the damage. They're brutalizing Big right now.
Yeah, decimated with the pistols. NaVi unscathed into this round. Those MP9s, 4 of them, in fact. Quite the investment into the second round. Normally you'd see at least 1 rifle in the mix, but no. They've opted for the SMGs. And they're so lightly damaged that Simple can make quick work with his scout. How many more will he find? Not off that shot. Maybe on the repeat. There it is. Simple with 3. The scout is collecting. He's looking for more. 4 for Simple. Why not make it the ace?
That's so sick from Simple. You're right. The early damage from the grenades has just softened them up. He can go for body shots. He's even adding style with some headshots in the mix. I mean, absolutely fantastic job. Big, no way in. And they just feed the beast.
Ooh. That is not a beast. You want to be waking up. Don't poke the bear. This round's a bit funky, but it doesn't really matter because you're against the pistols. You've still got this 1 scout, 4 MP9 setup, and it doesn't matter. Kind of crazy. It's going to make it difficult into the next round, but they'll have such a lead that they'll really be happy with that, and they can get these MP9s up so close and personal. Inferno is actually one of the maps where this sort of buy isn't the worst because of that. Scout misses this time, but MPL, he gets activated with his MP9. HE goes forward, does so much damage, and they're just being absolutely eaten alive.
Yeah, hounded down by NaVi. All through mid. That one was always going to be by the book. Simple just posts on the same angle. He's like, yeah, are Big going to give me any more upgrades to the AWP?
I feel like the team won't, though. So this is, again, a crazy buy to be in. 4 MP9s and an AWP.
Yeah, I mean, even if worst case scenario, right? If Big win this round and Simple dies on the AWP, whilst there is one given over towards Hype, there's so much money on NaVi's kind of bench that they can always just drop Simple and AWP anyway. So he's going, okay, let's just bring it out 1 round early. I can always re-equip it if needed.
Timeout for Big. half the rounds of NaVi currently. NaVi looking for that semi-final spot if they take this map. Looking pretty good to do so, but we'll see what Big can do now they have the 5 AKs on the board. As mentioned, they have the technically better buy here, but let's see what Simple has to say about that.
Deep smoke thrown in. That normally facilitates a second middle peak, but Simple actually striking from apartments. Not pushing, just posting. And now when the MP9s get up close and towards bedroom, and there's Simple finding Krimbo. That's an AK that can also be collected if needed for bit. They will lock it in. As a response, Big, they now start to creep and crawl their way up Banana, but they are being quite loud about it. In actual fact, they just extinguished the flames. They're going straight in.
Ooh. Ooh, faveN. All right, that's one way to open up a site. Whoa, why not a third? faveN, he wants this round. Decimates them with the AK, and Simple, well, he might have got that opener over towards the apartments, but there's just no way into this now. Disgusting from faveN. Now we see NaVi having to say Bit does collect that AK at the very least. And you can see the issues with the MP9s just holding on the defense there. Not that they were really given a chance to put up a defense.
No, not at all. faveN eviscerates all of NaVi, and they're just dancing with Simple. They're giving him a little bit of target practice. And after he does collect on towards Keto, they decide that's enough of that. Let's just save on. So it's a step in the right direction for Big. They do lock it in. It's also the instantaneous decision-making, right? As soon as the kill comes in towards apartments and the molly goes down deep for NaVi at Banana, they just extinguish, they execute, and it just works out perfectly.
Well, it won't be so easy into this one. We have all the rifles back out for NaVi. No MP9s, no SMGs in the mix now. M4s and an AK for Bit. Simple this time, starting over towards B, and, well, Big have nothing to do with Banana. They are going straight up second mid. Out the gate, a smoke going towards long. This one reeks of the call out of Spawn. Flames behind Bit. He's standing strong here, wants to stay present in towards Boiler. Now he's going to fall on back through. Big. They're looking to go straight out through the apartments. Bit here, ducks on down, and Krimbo takes him out. Charging on through. MPL can't get involved. Removed from the site. Taken down by Keto, and immediately NaVi are out of this round.
Yeah, it's instantaneous. Route 1 CS from Big. And we're seeing a lot of these apartments pops come into fruition now. When you've got a full rifle buy, typically it was the meta to kind of go for the Tech 9s just bursting out of apartments. But because you're now incorporating it into your gun rounds, it is a little bit unexpected. The fact that you've also got the layer in a Keto locking out MPL from long. And I really like this decision from Big. They keep one player towards the bomb, and the rest, they're going to try and hunt. They know that the economy for NaVi is a little bit brittle, so they just want to try and remove any weaponry they can.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what happened on the other side of the server, right? When Big were doing this, NaVi were doing this to Big. This time, NaVi are doing a little bit better of holding on to their guns. In fact, they're doing way better. They've removed a bunch of the guns from Big, and, well, Keto and Krimbo, they don't want to overstep the mark. They're going to hold on to their weaponry. The NaVi keep all three alive, so they'll be very happy with that. And now they use their first timeout. Again, they've been so frugal with the usage, but given the advantages they had and how well it was going for them, didn't feel the need.
Yeah, Blade barking orders. It's interesting that you actually bring up the contrast between Blade and God B. It feels like Blade is kind of like your dad that's like never satisfied. Like you go to like you go to present things. It's like, hey, I did really well in this project at school, and Blade's like, humph, but you could be achieving more.
God B is like your older brother. You know he wants the best for you. Cheering you on. That was a very dramatic throwdown of the scrapbook, though.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. That doesn't give me positive vibes.
Throw the book at him, Big. Go get him.
Well, yeah, maybe it was just making a point visually. Well, let's see what they bring out of that book. It looks like, again, it's the same sort of play. A lot of presence towards second mid. Krimbo gets up early. This time, Simple is here with the AWP, though.
Yeah, did connect on towards Krimbo in the apartments last time he was here. So it could be a rendezvous for both of them, but for now, it's going to be Krimbo peeking his way out towards Boiler, trying to establish control in top brackets for relatively free, whilst Big are really audible. They're loud about their control that they've established towards top banana, but that's trying to bait in players to go searching up top brackets and try and get Krimbo involved.
Yeah, Big's got to be wondering how they're getting all this space for free. They're going to come back to A. Still got Simple in the apartments, bit in towards quad, and well, MPL's actually moving away. He's gone back out towards CT. He's actually going very fast towards B. They've got the wrong read here, so it's got to be Bit. It's got to be Simple. Behind the flames, Bit steps up, almost gets a second, but now it's all on to Simple. Falls on back as the peak comes on through. Now he's under so much pressure. The no-scope, though. He delivers for one, swaps to the AK. Now they're trying to charge him down. Finds Hype in the chaos there, putting it into the 2v2 and keeping it doable for NaVi.
Yeah, this is winnable. There's no utility for Big either. So they now have to just formulate a crossfire immediately. Keto elevated on Graveyard, and Tabson just getting a little bit proactive. Perfecto needs to wait for Electronic in the apartment. There is an incendiary that can be deployed. Keto can lock this out immediately, but turns from the flash, and that's when Electronic can strike. Tabson all alone on the bomb site, and NaVi, it's a very successful retake.
Yeah, beautiful retake, and it's all set up by the players on site holding down. It was just Bit and Simple here as the entire execute of Big comes through. Big gets one and almost another, so you know a player's low already because of that information that Bit's given you. And then Simple, this no-scope is beautiful. Then the mindset just swaps the AK immediately, knowing that it's such a difficult fight for him. It's crazy he gets hyped there. That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Into the spray, right? Where he's trying to find Tabson on the site, and Hype's just trying to be that player to jack in the box, surprise him, but instead it's whack-a-mole. And Hype gets completely deleted.
Yeah, Simple that collects the tickets. Now he's looking for a few more. Flash over the top. Decides not to peek too far off that one. Probably for good reason. A lot of players here. MPL this time, he's the one towards quad. Flushed back by the double, Molly. The entirety of lane is on fire at the moment. Off that contact, the smoke towards long. All of the fire to push NaVi back. They know that NaVi are going to be having to play a little bit more passive. Now takes some more space elsewhere. Keep your enemies guessing. Good life advice. That applies to Counter-Strike as well.
It's a really deep smoke thrown in by NaVi as well. That kind of impedes progress. It also kind of feigns presence that you've got players out towards long that are posted on the position. So as a result, Big are very passive in the way that they are clearing this. All gathering up, congregating towards short. They're going to go for this play. Maybe take the contact off of Krimbo, but again, another smoke thrown in. They're going to have to go through the grey screen, and that's where Bit can activate, not with one, but with two devastating headshots. MPL then reveal himself from the mini pit, and Bit has done everything for NaVi. It's just Keto remaining, and he gets sideswiped by Simple.
That's so sick from Bit. You always see the pit player holding the smoke because they'll drop it. They'll put it into that little corner. It blocks the Molotov. You get up on top of the bicycle seat, give yourself a bit of a one-way. And the player in towards apartments, I think it's Krimbo, is sitting up there waiting for that sort of play. His entire position is to deal with Pit. The Pit doesn't give him that fight. Pit throws the smoke forward to completely disrupt the attack from short. What a sick play from Bit. And then he collects all the kills as well.
It's so well done. NaVi in cruise control. Boost up. Oh, kill secured. Simple and Electronic combined, and that means that nobody's safe for Big. It is just pistols, of course, but they are still doing it in style. Simple even going with the USP. Bloodthirsty for more of faveN. Just like one on his way out. Can he take any to the grave with him?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Big are playing for overtime. I mean, obviously, I feel like that goes without saying, but it's important contextually, right? Because it means that they're going to be working with 7 rounds that they have to find in a row just to get to overtime again. They were able to do it on that first map. Oh, that's a nice shot from faveN. A reminder what he's capable of. But the round is already NaVi's. And the questions for Big are, what comes next? What are our plays? You're finding success with these hits through apartments. NaVi put the countermeasures in play. You've lost control there. Early on, you're finding success towards Banana. You moved off it. Now you've tried to go back. Electronics there. Need something different. Need something new. It's now serious point for NaVi.
Yeah, back's really against the wall for Big. We've seen them recover, come back into rounds before, but there was always kind of a lifeline. It felt like it wasn't really do or die. And the fact that it was a 9-6 half and suddenly it's 15-8. That's wild, and it really just feels like the conversation piece about NaVi being in control, it really is highlighted. Simple. Goes for the timing shot, but nothing yet connects. Of course, it's the war of attrition. Out down Banana, nades being exchanged, and the apartment's control seized and gathered, which allows Simple to repeat top middle. And he's even still hanging around. It's so brave, but fortune might favor him.
And no reason not to be bold with how this has been going so far. Krimbo on the elevated angle does find a nice shot onto MPL. Three of these players are so low though. Look at this position from Bit. Yeah, Krimbo has no idea it's coming in electronic. He takes 2 down. Perfecto with another. Hyped is left alone. Had that unbelievable clutch to take the last round in halftime, but not this time around. It's NaVi with a clean close on Inferno, a 2-0 in the series, and a semi-final spot secured.